Welcome back to the Mastering Runeterra podcast with Jay and Bay, the #1 source for competitive Legends of Runeterra news and information. If you're looking for the best decks to play right now, be sure to check us out on Twitter at Master Runeterra or in our Discord. And if you want to take the next step in leveling up your game, check out our Runeterra team on Patreon, where we do weekly learning calls and one-on-one coaching. Now strap in and grab yourself some Poro snacks, because we are about to start Mastering Runeterra.
Welcome back to the Mastering Runeterra podcast with Jay and Bay. We have a show for you guys today. I would say
this is a good one.
A legitimate one.
Yeah,
a legitimate one. Yeah. No. There's been some less than good ones in the past. I apologize for that. Also, last week we didn't get one in because Majiinbae was busy, and then I was going to do it with a Kato, and then I got sick, and then so we ended up having nothing. And sorry about that. Our bad. And then also, like, some of the other podcasts weren't firing either. It's been a low podcast put out thing. It happens. Everyone gets busy. But you think that that week before the Open, you would think everyone would be like, yeah, it's podcast, but like everyone's busy testing, like doing stuff.
Or getting everything. Yeah, like I had to do a bunch of stuff before the weekend.
Yeah.
So that I could
clear up time.
Things like that.
Exactly. Yeah. Anyways, we're back now. Thank you again to all of our subscribers. A bunch of you guys have subscribed this month. We're putting out just a crap ton of content with deck guides, what to play, how to build lineups, all that good stuff. If you're not subscribed already, go hit us up over at masterminds.com. Also, in other news, we just launched our Magic the Gathering strategy website, mtgstorm.com. So if you happen to like Magic or interested in it at all, or just want to go support us, go hit that up also. Same sort of deal. We're going to be building it up there, posting lots of articles. We have a Discord going, going to be building a community. Eventually run tournaments, perhaps. I'm hoping to qualify for the Pro Tour again. That'd be fun. Come join us. Okay, let's jump into it. We always end up having to wrap these up earlier than I want to. Time constraints, whatnot. I want to make sure we get it all in. So, Runeterra Open, first one ever, just happened last weekend. Let's real quick. I think most people know you made day 2. Congratulations. Again, it's more of a shock if you don't make day 2 at this point. But you went 9-1. Maybe give some like highlights real quick.
Yeah, so I was actually playing it on my phone.
That's right.
Anybody who wants to hear the in-depth story of my open run, I posted like a story time on my YouTube channel where I went like a lot more in-depth on everything. But basically I was playing on my phone because I was at One Piece Regionals.
How'd that go, by the way? I didn't hear anything about it, so I guess you didn't like top or whatever.
No, it went fine. I went 4-3, which is like obviously not a result I would love to have, but I played constructed One Piece twice before.
Okay.
So yeah.
Not bad.
Yeah.
Not bad then.
So not bad 4-3. So yeah, but the problem was like I brought a deck that was like super decision intensive and like probably the most difficult deck to play in the game. If you're a One Piece fan, it's Red Green Law. I think Red Green Law is probably the most difficult deck to play in the game. And so I was playing that, and it was 9 rounds, and so my brain was like exhausted. And because One Piece rounds are only 35 minutes, and because they lied about what time the Open started and ended multiple times, I had to basically play the entirety of the One Piece event. And then right after start on the Open, but it was like 6:30 and the Open closed at like 10. So I had 3.5 hours right after jamming 9 rounds of One Piece. Right. So like 3.5 hours, my phone's dying. I'm in a convention center. Then we're driving to go get food. I'm eating food, playing my rounds. Like it got to me in day 2. Like in day 2, I messed up because of it. And we'll get to that part. But like, I would say, honestly, the most entertaining thing came from the MMR problems, which I'm sure we'll talk about. But basically, a lot of people who I was there with were like, oh, okay, I'll play this Open too, since anyone can play it. And so we had someone who'd played Runeterra like once, reinstall it on his phone, took the deck list that Austin Yost and I gave him, spent $70, bought them.
It was your
played the
lineup,
Open.
right? Same lineup as you.
Yeah. No. Sorry. It was like Leona Kale, Samira Fizz, and Jarvan Alawi. We're like, we just want you to face roll people.
Okay.
And he 9-0'd. He just played against a bunch of people who had like starter decks because of the MMR thing, right? He has like Iron MMR. He's literally never played a ranked game in his life.
Yeah, I gotta say, like that, like we're talking, like, are we like the whole way through, like 7, round 8, round 9?
Oh yeah, no. If you go back through like Austin Yost tweets, you'll see pictures of some of the lineups. Like round 10, he plays against like Mono Ash.
Wait, 10?
9, sorry.
Okay.
Round 9, he plays against like Mono Ash, Teemo, Dragons, like something like ridiculous stuff. And that was one of the more put together lineups that he saw. It was something to behold. It was very funny.
So yeah,
very
MMR pretty damn confirmed at this point.
Oh yeah, that's a real thing.
Yeah.
Now it won't be for the next one, thank God. But it was really funny. Like I'm playing against Drizoth, like trying to play the match of my life here, right? Like both of us on a mirror lineup, spell-based decks, just a grind. And I look over, and he's just like dabbing on someone who has 2 champs per deck, like literally 2 copies of champions per deck, like 1 Garen, 1 Lux, right? And he's just like destroying people.
Wow. Yeah. Shoot, I had something else. Oh, for anyone that doesn't know what MMR is, it's kind of like your like hidden rank, basically. So
matchmaking rating.
Yeah. So if you're brand new, like Maj's friend here, you know, the rank would be like 0 or whatever, as low as you could go. So thus you're getting paired against just the other people with the lowest rank possible. Bajan's rank obviously very high, getting paired against people like Jizzle.
Yep. So that happened, and it was very, very funny. I will say, like, mobile gaming with the boys, while we're all doing our open run at the same time, a blast.
Yeah.
So fun. Yeah, that was so fun.
Lots of cheering and celebrating. And like,
yeah,
look at
yeah,
this shit.
You could like finish your game, and then everyone would like watch the end of this game, right? Like that was really cool. But my God, did I have some scares? I finished my run at like 3% battery. And like the battery pack we had didn't work for my phone.
How long? It has been so long since you played one like at home. If you've been like,
oh my God,
Paris,
it's been so long. Yeah.
You've been like I don't even
TwitchCon.
know. TwitchCon. Yep. It's been actually forever. Next month, will you be?
I'll be home.
Okay, for the Worlds one, the important one.
I'll be home. Finally, I'll play it on my computer again. Yeah.
Okay, so you made
day 1.
Yeah. Day 1, you make it to day 2, 901. How did day 2?
I played the same thing.
Yeah, right.
I played the same thing. Yeah, the Jack Seraphine full combo BB deck, Set Karma and Fizz Samira, and then I just ran it back because I was like, I don't have time to figure new stuff out. I'm so exhausted. I played 19 rounds of competitive card games today.
Yeah,
like I'm done. I'm
toast. Why do you do this to yourself?
I like card games, man. I booked the flight before they had announced the date for the Open.
Oh yeah.
I only booked it because I didn't have anything going on.
Yeah.
This was like in the dead time. There was like no Flesh and Blood, no Runeterra, and some friends were like, "Yo, come play this One Piece game." And I was like, "Okay,
sounds good."
And then Runeterra's like, "By the way, Open," and Flesh and Blood's like, "Also the Pro Tour the next week." Like, yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
So day 2.
Day 2.
Sorry, day 2. I'm in the convention center because we have to book out of the Airbnb. Or we have to check out of the Airbnb. So my friends are playing side events for One Piece, and I'm sitting there playing day 2. Except Peter, the guy who went 9-0,
at a table by yourself mostly.
I'm on the floor.
On the floor, just sitting on the ground.
Because it's next to a charger, and I wanted to charge my headphones because I like to hear the board music. Because that's how I'm used to playing, is with the board music. And so if I don't hear it, it throws me off. I
feel that.
I need the sounds.
Yeah.
And so yeah, I'm just sitting on the floor of a convention center playing on my phone. First 2 matches go pretty well. They're just like 2-0 both. I 2-0'd 8 of my 10 matches on day 1. Like I felt my lineup was incredible. And then 2-0 again. But during the second one, we had to leave the convention center because Peter had to get on his flight like later. It's a 2.5-hour drive. So now we're like in the car and we're playing, and it's just a lot. Just a lot's going on. And it was like stressing me out, and I wasn't in my element. Everybody's talking about stuff. right? And then
You
like
tell them to
we
shut
pull
the
over.
fuck up. So they're like,
Yeah.
shut up. Everyone be quiet right now. I'm playing.
Yeah.
I'm doing the thing.
We pull over to get food. So I'm like ordering my food while playing the match against like Tippy Tips and stuff. Yeah, I'm like trying to like combo, like keg combo while like ordering from a place I've never been at. And then I have to like go get my food, bring it back, fill my drink up. I'm trying to eat while play the game because we're on a time crunch, right? So like I was just stressing. And then like I lose game 1 against Tippy Tips. I get just rolled. Like it's against Jarvan Alawi, and they just go like idle, blocking Badger Bear, Alawi, attack you for lethal. And I die. I was like, wow, okay, it's turn 4. Like that sucks. So I just like die. And I was really upset. And I'm like, you know me, I don't get like super tilted usually. Generally. Like I'm pretty go with the flow.
Yeah.
But this time it was getting to me. Like I was just getting frustrated with things around me, not like the people around me. There was just so much going on, and it was really hard for me to like stay dialed in. And I was like, I like dropped some food on my phone, and I'm like trying to do this thing,
Oh,
and I'm
no.
upset because I lost game 1 because I got rolled, and then yeah, game 2. So immediately I lost. I played Fizz Samira, and I whiffed like it was like 2 turns in a row. Tippy Tips had to open his turn with the heal guy.
That 2-mana thing? 2-mana one.
The 4-mana one. That heals 3 and
the
makes
3,
a coin.
4, yeah.
Yeah, it's like 2 different times or something like that. He had to open his turn with the 4-mana guy. Number 2 and number 3. And he had it both times. I was like, right. And then like I had to miss like drawing off the top a couple times for like burn lethal. And I was like, and then like I had Fizz and he was pretty big. And I needed any fast or burst spell or Samira or anything like that for a few turns, and then I would have had lethal on the final attack turn. And I didn't get it, and I was like, and I was frustrated and flustered. I was mostly just flustered that I like committed to an attack because I was like, okay, I only lose if it's exactly Pom Pom Mystic Shot. And I like committed the attack, and he had Pom Pom Mystic Shot, and I was like, okay. And then we missed on the next draw or whatever. But like what I should have done, because I had like chum the Fizz spell when he hits.
Yeah.
Chum the water, stylish shot, and then I drew another stylish shot off the top. And I had like Fizz, Shelly, a 1/1 Inferna. And what I did was go stylish shot for the pump attack. What I was supposed to do, because he only had 10 mana and he was on like turn 9 or something, is go stylish shot, chum, get the pump, pass priority. Because he likely won't fire off at Fizz, right? Maybe kill some other stuff or Palm, and then I go stylish shot, chum, pump. I mean, maybe Shelly dies, but like that's fine because I'm putting 5/2 as overwhelm on the board, and I think I would have won that way. I didn't go back and watch the footage, but like immediately after, I was just like, "Fuck this, fuck that." I'm upset, right? Like I was talking to Puffball Panda because she also made Top Cut.
Congrats.
And she was like, "You should be really proud. You made top 16." Like right after it happened. And I was like, I don't want to hear that. I was like, I need at least 5 more minutes of being upset, and then I'll be ready to hear that. So I was just like upset. And then like 3 minutes after that or whatever, I was like, all right, I probably fucked up. I was like, It was probably my fault. I think I was supposed to win that game. And then I just threw because I was upset and tilted. Which is like not something that usually happens to me.
Yeah, it's I get what you mean though. I don't play games with fucking people around me or dogs barking or whatever. I need like silence. I need like
it's no one. Yeah,
it's a lot, right? When you're playing at a really high level and you're trying to break down fucking things, and like you're one of the best at it. It's still though, like you can only ask so much of your mind. And yeah, I fucking snap at people too. Like, especially also like I don't know if I'm playing like. I remember playing like the top 8 of an online like Grand Prix or whatever, and like one of my friends was over and was like, "Hey, you want some food?" I was like, "Get the fuck away from me!
Don't talk to me.
What are you doing right now? Are you new? I play PV. Get away from me! My brain is melting. Can you not see it?"
It's funny because we're both used to playing like we played in paper card games at like pretty high levels, right? But it's like different because you have your space, and then you lock in. You know, you're at your table. There's a lot of people around.
Yeah, there's like
no one
typically,
talks to
or
you.
just even
Yeah,
talks
outside
in
of the match.
general. Typically, is pretty
Yeah.
kind of quiet.
So, but like constantly moving around and like needing to do things while I was trying to play, that got me. I think not
Yeah.
making any really excuses though. Like Tippy Tips played better than me and he deserved to win.
Dude, Tippy Tips super underrated, by the way. Shout out Tippy Tips.
Yeah, he's got like quite a few like top cuts and stuff.
Yeah.
And I don't hear like I remember seeing him the first time and I'm like, oh yeah, it's that streamer guy, Tippy Tips. I've seen him. Yeah.
Yep.
And I was like, good for him. Good for him. And then I saw him do it a couple more times and I was like, okay, when are we just gonna like say
bro's got game.
It's pretty good.
he's just very nice and like doesn't he doesn't do that like I'm number one, I'm the best, I do this stuff.
Nothing like that.
And so yeah, no one ever really like, throws him out there. But props are due, yeah, maybe you could have won that game, but like the fact that he, I'm sure he played quite well and like he took you down and he went on to top 8. And I guess he lost to top 8. Is that
Floppy Mudkip?
To Floppy Mudkip. Yeah. I mean, I've never heard of that Floppy Mudkip guy before, but everyone gets unlucky sometimes, Tippy. By the way, I remember I was thinking about this when Floppy now is 3 for 3 making the finals of major tournaments, winning 2 of them
in a row.
The most insane, almost 3 for 3. But I remember when we were going to Worlds and we were talking about like if you qualified, you got to invite one person or whatever to be on the server with you. And we were like, who would your person be? And I was like, I think mine would be Floppy Mudkip. I've never tested with him ever. I've just like seen his work ethic and his play, and I'm like, that guy's fucking good. Like that guy's on some shit. He's like Floppy is like I think who you would be if you didn't make content and you just play.
If I didn't make content, like nose to the grindstone, just work my ass off, kind of thing.
Yeah. Anyways, okay, let's get into the rest of it. So
how'd yours go?
Oh well, yeah, I went 4 and 3. It was not good. I woke up early and I should have waited to start playing for sure, but I was like, I wanted to wait so bad. I was like, just wake up, get your wits about you, let some other people play, whatever. But I was like, I want to play. I just fucking jumped in there and I was not really fully awake. And I don't know. I did well against your lineup, against the top decks, the ones that I'd actually played a lot of games against. And then I struggled against the decks that I had not played against. I really didn't respect the Demacia decks enough. I kept kind of being like, I could beat them. I got them. And no, sometimes they got you, bro. All my games were winnable. I played some fucking fantastic ones. Sometimes I played out of my mind and I pulled out some crazy fucking wins. It was super fun. But the reason I feel really bad about it, I mean, my score was obviously bad, but like the losses that I had, like it was pretty easy to like see like, oh, I should have this, I should have that, like that there could have been wins. That's fine. I didn't put in like a shit ton of time or anything, so I didn't expect to do particularly well or anything. And I didn't feel like I had an edge, which is always bad when you're going in. But I had a blast, and I'm super looking forward to the next one. I did just start playing the game. This is my
That's
first,
true, like a week ago or something.
This is my first major tournament. So felt okay about it.
Episode what? What are we on?
101, 2,
something. Yeah,
something
like
over 100. Yeah, looking forward to Worlds though. Really curious what they do with this balance patch. I think a lot of the things that we learned from this season will probably end up carrying over into the next season. So I'm excited about that. Okay, let's get into Sorry, you go.
Sorry. Yeah, because it's just the only thing we have in between this and the World's Open is the balance patch.
That's right, next week. Yeah, which, by the way, I was super like on cloud 9 for Runeterra, more or less, which I know people aren't be crazy with that because all the shit that went down with the Runeterra Open and some problems with the ladder also. But like, we are, in my opinion, we are on the right fucking track. We've got the ship pointed in the right goddamn direction. I'm like, yeah, we're gonna hit some rocks and stuff along the way, but like we're gonna figure it out. We're gonna keep going. Whereas before we were like, I don't know, we were doing like fucking donuts out in the ocean. Like we didn't know what the hell we were doing. We're all over the place, and I was like, this is not good. This is not a good direction or non-direction for the game. I think we're in a very good direction now, and I'm very optimistic about a lot of things. But this week, not only is it a week off after a major tournament, which I generally dislike. It's bad for us as content creators. I didn't hate it too much because it's like, okay, I'm chilling a little bit. It's fine. I could use a little rest. But I was playing this unlimited champ format, and it felt like work. I hated it. I didn't want to play these games. I don't know. I just didn't. I didn't care about this format because it wasn't like a real format. It didn't feel like. Even though I gotta say, I think Unlimited Champs is just a dumb format. Like it should have just been.
It's not for me.
Just make Eternal. Just make it fucking Eternal. Most of the decks don't need more than 6 champions, right? Have you seen a deck that's like, thank God I get to play 9 champions? Woo! Now this deck is a thing. I haven't seen a single thing like that.
There's like a couple. I think 9 is about where you want to be. Like most decks, if you can introduce like one more, then you're like, this is nice. So like I was playing the Seraphine BB deck with like Seraphine, Ezreal, Twisted Fate, and I was like, oh, this is the sauce. Like I just burst killed people from 18 like so many
Here's
times.
the thing though, is it that different than Seraphine Twisted Fate or Seraphine Ezreal?
No, you don't really need the Ezreal.
Yeah, it's
but
just
like the Twisted Fate was a big addition.
Anyways,
but like you don't
make it
like
Eternal.
A huge jump or anything.
I feel like it should have been Eternal. Would be like, oh, cool, a little taste of what's going to come next month. I don't know, and yeah, just in general, I really disliked it. I felt like I had to play because I wanted the trophies to get the buys, and I just generally disliked it. And I don't know, I don't know, this week off thing. Don't like it. I would very much like for that to change. I don't know if you move the seasonals like back one week.
1 week back or something.
Like honestly, like is it that bad? So it's instead of 2.5 weeks to prep, you get 3.5 weeks. Like, but then you don't have this. It's like, yeah, okay, you and I prefer like 2.5 weeks. It's a little fresher, whatever. But not having just a week off of nothing, I think is like a price I'm willing to pay.
Yeah, I mean, ladder's still like at least you have. I know you don't particularly care really much, but like ladder's still active. And I was sitting there and I was like mathing it out, and I was like, and like a top 10 finish on ladder is like a really big deal.
How do you feel about this crazy MMR climbing ladder thing going on? People are complaining about.
It's kind of bullshit. Yeah, it's kind of ridiculous. You're seeing like people, especially I think it was really bad on like EU ladder or like APAC ladder or something. I saw some tweets about people in like rank 1 with like 800 LP with like a 53% win rate, and you're like, what is that?
What?
I mean, again, it's kind of a new system right now. They like
They'll
revamped it, so it'll get fixed. Whatever. Yeah. I'm just gonna keep winning the games that are in front of me and not really worry about it. But yeah, like ladder still matters. At least after the seasonals the last time, it used to be like you had nothing, right? Like ladder's gonna get reset in 3 days, and they already took the snapshot, so it doesn't matter anyway.
That's true. That's very true. Yeah, we still have ladder, and you still have the gauntlets.
Yep. Now to be fair, I'm not playing these gauntlets because like, I don't care as well. I don't like casual formats.
Are you gonna get the 2 buys though? You gotta get the 2 buys, bro.
Yeah, because I got hella points from the top cut.
Would you get like
it gives you like a ton. More? I don't know. I think like almost 100.
Yeah.
But I got like what 3 or 4 maybe Runeterra points towards like the world's qualification. For top 16, and top 10 on ladder is worth like 5.
Yeah.
So it's like basically a top 8 or like a top 16 or whatever.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
It's like a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, interesting. My plan is to wait and see if I get any points. Like I said, I didn't get points to this one. But if I get points to the next one, the world's one, then I will climb the eternal ladder and get the points from that one. Yeah. Okay. So let's jump into this. I want to touch on eternal, and let's just do it right now. We got a second open coming. How fucking cool is that for eternal?
Fourth total for the season. Second eternal open.
Yeah. I love that. I know some people might be like, it's probably like a little bit worse for maybe like, I don't know, maybe it's worse for like Card Gamer or something because now he has to grind a little.
Also, congratulations, Card
Gamer. Also,
Gamer,
congratulations on Card Gamer.
Yeah.
We've congratulated him many times. For anyone that doesn't know, he's been in our community and our team calls since like day one and has been an integral part of the team. you know, there's been lots of times like in calls where I'm like, bro, how have you not like he hadn't day 2'd before this, which is like
I actually did not know.
He was by far the best player on the planet that had not
To
made
never
a top
top
cut.
cut.
Like, and the gap was not close. And that's why you see when it finally did happen, he went like whoop, straight to the fucking top. So yeah, whatever. Congrats again. And also, if you want to come join our team calls for all of our subscribers, you too can
could win an open.
could win an open. The amount of open winners we have in there. You, him, Prodigy, Push B. I don't know. We got a lot. I'm sure I'm forgetting some. Okay, let's get to the fucking open. So I knew it was going to be. I knew it was going to be a mess. I knew there was going to be a bunch of issues. Yeah. Like, come on. But Ruben has already come out with a response, which I very much appreciate. Didn't leave us. Normally they're slow as all hell. Riot is never fast about just about anything. Well, I shouldn't say that, but definitely not communication. And so this coming out like 3 days later, really appreciated it. He addressed a lot of the things. I want to talk about the things that aren't addressed, though. I want to talk about the stuff that's still, I think, an issue.
Maybe go through the things that were addressed really, really quick.
Okay, so let's see. Okay, let's go through the problems. MMR, we talked about this already. The MMR matchmaking was hilarious. How does it even happen? Like, what even?
It should not exist. It should be record-based matchmaking in tournaments.
Someone just like copy pasted some code from like the ladder somewhere, I guess.
No idea.
Don't know. So they're good. Yeah. So now it's gonna pair you against someone that has like a similar record, which will get rid of that quite a bit, but still not completely.
There should be less 9-0s and 9-1s, which means that like hopefully what should happen is all 9-1s should make it. Period.
You mean like in a perfect world?
I want it to happen in the next one.
Oh, well, that's not going to happen.
Why not?
Because math.
Well, there's going to be a lot less 9-1s.
Yeah, but there's also going to be a lot more. There's going to be a lot more buys.
I don't care if you have 150 people that 9-1. Like they should all make.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. No, I agree.
And then like if you have to give a buy to the 9-0s to make the bracket work out, then like do that, right? Like.
Yeah.
But 9-1ing and then not making it feels bad.
I always thought it was really weird that this is the way that they had it set up from the beginning. I was like, why don't you just let everyone with a certain record make it in and then just bracket buys go? Because like it's single elimination on day 2. It's not like that much more time we're talking here, you know? Because like I wonder if we can figure out how many people went 9-1 or 9-0. Like was it less than 128?
I don't know.
Because if so, and I would assume so, because otherwise that means 64 plus people went 9-1 and missed and didn't make day 2, which I think would have been much bigger of a story. You would have heard maybe more people.
A lot of people would have been really upset about
that. I'm pretty sure it was under. So it's just one more round. One more round. What all those people win.
I don't like the system is like play until you win 9 or lose 2. And then you play and win 9 before you lose 2, and oops, sorry, you don't make it. Like it's not pitched as a standard Swiss tournament. You know what I mean? Like that's how it works out on paper. But when you look at the client or whatever, it looks like the Magic Arena Opens. It's like if you hit this record, you're in, and then you hit that record and you find out you're not in. God, that sucks.
I mean, to wait around to find out too is like.
I know, yeah.
Anyways,
like midnight.
Yeah. Okay. So MMR, that's getting fixed. Match based stuff. They'd already said they were doing this. They fucked up communications for some reason. It said it started at 3 a.m. Pacific, started at 7 a.m. Pacific. They did say on the website and stuff, and like in their announcements that it was 7, but like in client it said 3. Like how the fuck it's there for a month? Like this stuff like this kind of pisses me off more than like bigger stuff because like this is an easy fix. This should not happen. Does no one play the game? Which maybe they don't, frankly. Like I've worked for games, I didn't play them. I was never inside the game unless I had to be. But no one was notified. Nothing came up. Like I'm sure someone in your organization at some point saw this and like this should have been taken care of. That's kind of annoying. And then the worst one though was the sneezing. Was the no new matches after 8 p.m. Pacific again. It said it cut off it cut off at 9. So my assumption and everyone else's assumption was you could start matches until 9. Nope, you can start matches until an hour before, and the whole thing closed. Like that's
also it said if you looked in the client beforehand, it would have said 10 before, then also it said
what's that 9? It said 9
in the client, but if you looked in the tournament tab before the day of, it said 10.
Oh. So it just got changed.
No, it was wrong
second?
like 4 times.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, like the ending time was wrong. The opening time was wrong because it said 3 a.m.
Yeah.
And then I found out I couldn't start until like way later in the morning. And I was like, I was going to jam games before the One Piece tournament started. Couldn't. So that was a big miss. Like it ended up not really like it worked out for me. It ended up being okay, but like
at the end of the day, these are kind of like just silly mistakes, which are annoying. But like,
first one.
What do you think? Yeah, the first one. These are easy things to correct. What do you think about the number of things they have to get right? Like it's, the team's not massive, and so like, okay, you can see how things slip through a crack. But like, I don't know, you got no Q&A people. No one's going through this fucking thing after it goes up to be like, hey, let's just check and see.
Maybe
I don't know.
Not. All right.
I don't know.
The other things.
Yes, keep going. No, keep going.
Okay, the other things was there was some misconduct from players, let's say. We had 2 people in EU that did not make their first run. At least 2. These are the 2 that we know about. 2 from EU that did not make their first run, went on other accounts, played again. That way they could play against low MMR people. Made top cut. And one of them was like in top 4, and one of them took second. And then there was also someone who abused the timer.
I think the second place person would probably also abuse the timer.
Yeah, well, I don't like that guy very much. So like, yeah, what the way the timer works is like wrong just for Runeterra. I don't know why we
get rid of the
never
goddamn
it's
timer.
It's the worst.
Actual,
it is
so. So frustrating. We had
basically
when Ruben was on, I asked him about it. Remember, and he was kind of like, "Yeah, I'm not really sure why they did it that way, but maybe you take a look at that." I think all it is like it's probably a bunch of man hours and money and like to sort out this one dumb thing that like stress clock works correctly like 99% of the time, and mostly people aren't abusing it and stuff. But like, just fucking fix it. Please get this out of our fucking lives, dear God.
Yep. What we mean by abuse it is that someone won game 1. I believe this is what happened. This is usually what happens. And then just hard roped on game 2 on every action. If you're not familiar with that term, it comes from Hearthstone. It means that they took every single second of available time they were given, every single turn, to burn the match timer as much as possible. Because your individual game clocks reset for the next game, but the match timer doesn't. So took every single like second. And then when game 3 happened, just played out actions faster.
Game 2.
Oh, there wasn't even a game 3?
Timed it out. Game sucked all the time.
Just timed it out in game 2.
1-0. And the thing that pisses me off is like when there's an obviously easy fix and they don't fix it. So like, could have been.
It's not the first time this has happened.
Could have been a chess clock. Just make it a chess clock. It's not like chess clocks haven't existed for like 100 years. Like Jesus.
Yep.
Anyways, so please.
So they talked about it.
Yeah. So you're not allowed to do it. It's against terms of service. And if you get caught now, you get in trouble. But like it's really hard to tell. That time that I timed out, remember the first time that I probably would have top cutted? I was playing
and you ran out of time.
Yeah, so my opponent admitted that they timed me out. Like that they were sitting there full timing. When I was playing the game, thought that it was just a really complex game that we were playing. And they were really just thinking through their turns because I was thinking quite a bit too. Because them thinking so much made me think more because I was like, they also just kept passing
the game down.
with a bunch of cards in their hand and a bunch of mana, and so like it was kind of like wondering what kind of combination of things they could do. So proving this shit is just an absolute nightmare. It's going to make a bunch of witch hunts. It's so dumb. Just fix it. Fix it. Give us normal clocks. Get out. Even MTG Arena already has fixed this problem. Like. Yep. Stop trying to make things better all the time. Just steal stuff that works, for God's sake.
Steal stuff that works.
Like Jesus.
Yeah. And then they had to announce like officially that you are not allowed to make another account to play tournaments with. And one of the guys who did it came out with a statement and he was like, "Yeah, I didn't know that would be like a problem. I didn't think about it at all. Come on, man. Like,
Yeah, and to be fair, I would love to see a situation where you could play more. Like the arena version, you pay money and then you can play as many times as you want.
I like that you only get the one bullet on these.
Yeah, so I guess you only get one bullet on the actual thing, on the actual qualifier, for instance, but then you have to qualify for the qualifier, which is what we used to do. We used to have to qualify for seasonals. And now you don't have to qualify anymore. And so I would kind of like to see there be a qualifier. It would cut down on the number of people slightly, and now you don't have this problem where like some 9-1s don't make day 2 and all this shit. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how this next one goes. How many people like make top cut and whatnot. Let's see what else. What else was there?
Those are the big ones.
Yeah, and so a lot of it's like really easy. Like the communication part that should have just been sorted. But it will be sorted going forward, as Ruben said. And now we're having the match based pairings, which we knew was not going to be record based, which we knew was not going to be something for this one. They said was coming in the next one, which fair enough. They can move only so quickly. That's fair. One of the things that I brought up, and I wrote an article just today about all this stuff, was that I didn't hear anybody talk about bugs or getting dropped out of games or matches. No?
The actual event was very smooth.
Very smooth and a lot of fun. And so, like, you clean up the communication stuff, clean up the matchmaking stuff. All of a sudden, you get yourself a pretty goddamn good tournament. And they gave us an extra, so they gave points to all the people that were X and 1, that went 9-1 and didn't make day 2, and the ones that were like 8-0 or 8-1 and couldn't finish.
8-1.
Yeah, couldn't finish because of the time thing, which I was really smart. I didn't really think about that stuff. And then they gave us an extra open. Now we get 2 opens, 2 eternal opens. Yeah, in the last month, which is great. We don't have to suffer through that end of month BS, which is nice. So I mean, overall, I'm pretty goddamn excited about all of it.
Yeah, it was nice. Like, obviously things went wrong, but overall I enjoyed myself. I liked the direction, and I expected things out of it in the future.
Yeah, like it was always going to be messy. It was always going to be like they had to fix things and make improvements as it went. It's really hard to do, to like try and make something that's open to just the entire public, like everyone, and then also have it be like competitive, and you don't have to go like 17-1 or some ridiculous fucking record to like make money or like get somewhere. And like they've done a pretty good job of like trying to find some balance between it. And I always knew there was gonna be tweaks and stuff along the way. And like, yeah, I don't know, like this message from Ruben coming out like 3 days later, being like, boom, another open's happening. Here's the point. These guys are getting points. That's like quick. That's a very quick turnaround.
That's very nice. Yeah.
They're like, it's obvious that they're listening and they're making improvements as they're going, compared to like that first year or second year. I don't know. Things always ebbed and flowed. Sometimes it seemed like they were listening and stuff was happening, and sometimes it was just like screaming into the abyss for like a year. The Shurima Desert went on for like fucking forever.
It's very vast.
It's very vast. So like I don't know. I have a lot of hope, and like I think they deserve a lot of like patience while they're getting this stuff done. It seems to me like we're definitely going the right direction, and I'm excited for competitive Runeterra by quite a wide margin. Let's see, like next month we have our tournament, we have the Worlds qualifier, and then going into the month after we have our tournament, qualifier. We have like 5 out of 8 weeks, 9 weeks or whatever how many weekends there end up being in the next 2 months. We have like big tournaments to play in. Pretty fucking good.
Pretty sick.
Pretty fucking good compared to seasonals every like 2.5 months.
Once every 2.5 months, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, well, it's we're coming up on that time. Anything else to want to touch on? I feel like we're missing something. I feel like we forgot some stuff.
I feel like that too.
Yeah,
but I'm sure it'll be fine.
Yeah.
If we forgot anything in the comments, let us know.
Let us know. Super excited to get the patch and to play the next season. I can't wait. I'm kind of sad that I have to wait. Frankly, I want to be playing more right now. Oh, that's a little something that I like how much we can play now, and I get now. I want to apologize to you about the hating on ladder, because I get what you mean now about wanting to play one deck a bunch.
Yeah.
And so I get that. And in the same vein, sometimes I'll finish my run in a gauntlet, or like, I don't know, I'll just try out a deck or a lineup that like maybe won't work out, and I want to run it back, and then I can't, and I'm like, I wish I could just keep playing, or just keep jamming when I want to on my terms. So I like them to look into that too. Maybe, I don't know how you fix that, but if they can fix it so that you can play as much as you want when you want, I think it's a big thumbs
Like
up.
best of 3, you mean?
Yeah, I'm also a little bit concerned about what happens after everyone has 2 buys.
I think less people are going to have 2 buys than you think.
Mm.
I know a lot of people are going to have it. I guess it's hard not to have at least one
After
like
2
2.5
months of these things.
I don't know.
Like, let's do some basic. Okay, yeah. I was like, what if you got 2 points a day? I was like, oh, it's 60 points a month. That's not enough. Yeah. Okay. Maybe.
Yeah, it's not even close. That's not even 1 buy. That's not even like half the way to 1 buy.
Yeah, maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. It'll be interesting to see. All right, we're gonna wrap it up here, kids. We'll see you guys next week with the new patch, bunch of new decks, bunch of fun as we head towards our first Worlds qualifier. All right, peace.